I'm Sides, and today I'm going to tell you what I didn't learn at Berklee College of Music. I graduated Berklee College of Music in 2012. I majored in vocal performance, and when I graduated, I had no idea how I was going to make money as a singer. So I did what many musicians do, and I moved to New York City. I had to work a lot of odd jobs, including a clown, which you can see in this picture right there, and I was auditioning a lot. I found an ad on playbill.com, which I'm not even sure exists anymore, which was looking for cruise ship singers. So I had to send in a self-tape audition of me singing 10 songs, 30 seconds each, of multiple different styles. So I recorded this video to karaoke tracks in my living room in Bushwick. It was pretty comical, but I got the job. So in 2013, I worked on a cruise ship. I worked 3 to 5 hours a day for 7 days a week, no days off. It was a great experience. I got to see the world. I even got to see 40,000 penguins, which you can see in this picture, and I really learned how to sing. But for those of you that have worked on a ship before, you know it's not as glamorous as it sounds, and I did not want to work on a ship forever. But luckily, I had saved a lot of money because room and board were included, so I walked off the ship with 30 grand. And I told myself, all right, I got a job pretty quickly out of school singing. The next stop, Grammys, right? Wrong. 2014 was my singer-songwriter era. I really wanted 10,000 fans, but I had no idea how I was going to get them. And in 6 months, I royally failed, and I had spent all of the money I saved, $20. So I had to figure out what I was going to do. Okay, I'm going to take a break on my creative project and just focus on making money as a singer. So 2015, I put all of my eggs in that basket, and I subbed for a lot of bands, including this band, which was a 90s cover band, which used to play every Friday night at Webster Hall. And then I started working for a pretty successful cover band, which I did that for about 6 years. It was great high-paying gigs. I even played at Mike Trout's wedding. But I always had to have another job because you know when you're living in New York City, it's very expensive, and I just wasn't making enough as often as I wanted to. And the other problem with this is I was just a hired gun, and I always wanted to be the boss. So then I decided I'm going to try to build my own group that would go back on the cruise ship, a girl group, but this time we would be guest entertainers. And guest entertaining is a much better gig than working in the house band because you get guest privileges, but you get paid. So it's kind of like a paid vacation. And you really only have to do a couple 45-minute shows per week. We worked so hard on these shows. I spent so much money on costumes and sheet music and arrangements and recordings, and we finally got booked our first gig, which was May 2020. And as you all know, there were no ships sailing out on the high seas in May 2020. So I lost blood, sweat, and tears again. For the beginning of COVID, I spent the first 6 months sulking. I mean, really sulking, wallowing in my own self-pity. I had turned 30, I was unemployed, I failed at my second music business, and I didn't know what I was going to do next. So one day, I was scrolling around on Facebook and I got served an ad, learn how to produce in 30 days. I was like, this is so stupid. I went to Berklee and I didn't learn how to produce. But I clicked on the ad because I was like, what the heck? And they were having a sale. It was like $75. So I said, you know what? Let me take that course. I took the course and I started posting on TikTok, and those two things single-handedly changed my life, and I started Sides Production and became a music creator. And I finally cracked the code. In the past 3 years, I've worked with over 60 music tech companies. Mostly everything in my studio was sent to me. I have sold thousands of products, and I have made friends with talented creators all over the world. Now, are you ready? This is what I did not learn at Berklee. Now, before I go on, I must say that Berklee is a great school. You can learn a lot of stuff there. And I went to Berklee over 10 years ago. They may teach that stuff now, but I'm going to tell you all of this for free. What you need is the pie of success. This is what most people think the pie of success looks like. You just have to get as good as possible at your craft. Become the best. And then everyone's going to be desperate to work with you. You're going to write something so amazing and people are just going to come knocking at your door. But that is not true. This is where most people stop, and this is why most people fail. This is what some people think the pie looks like. You guys would be shocked to hear that there are so many creators that reach out to me that have way more followers than me, way more engagement than me, and they're asking me, Sides, how are you monetizing? How are you making money doing this? This is where some people stop, and this is why some people fail. What the pie of success looks like is this. You need to all think like an entrepreneur. Just like an entrepreneur who develops an amazing charcoal soap isn't going to just have this amazing amazing charcoal soap at their house, they're gonna figure out a way to market it and sell it. Being good is just the bare minimum. I make lots of free tutorials on how to get as good as possible in music production. In this video, I'm gonna talk about marketing and sales. So what is marketing? Marketing is how a fan or client finds you. I don't know about you guys, but every single thing that I love, I want to discover. I want it to be referred to me. If I'm having a problem with my stomach, I'm gonna look online, why is my stomach hurting? And then I'm gonna see a video about it that somebody made, and then a product that they're talking about in the video, and then I'm gonna buy that product. If somebody's trying to pitch to me a product, it's pretty rare that I'm gonna like it or want it. Same with music. I need to discover it. So we need to get creative about how your fans and clients can discover you. Here are 4 marketing ways that are really popular in the music industry that I'm going to share with you. Number 1 is outreach. Outreach is spamming. If done correctly, spamming does work. The problem with spamming is that you have to have very thick skin because you will have to deal with a lot of rejection. Remember in 2014 when I was trying to be a singer-songwriter and I had no idea how to do it? Well, what I thought I needed to do was get on a blog. So I would spend a whole day spamming blog writers, and I think I might have emailed 5,000 of them. Hi, I'm Sides. I made a new song and I would love for you to post it on your blog. And I think I got maybe 1 or 2 that even responded to me, and maybe 1 that put my song on their blog. So yeah, it works, but it's a lot of rejection. The second marketing technique I'm going to talk about in this video is networking. Relationships are king. Always have been, always will be. If someone asks me, hey Sides, do you know of a photographer for my album shoot? I'm going to reach out to my friends first, or people I've already worked with first, before I go onto my Instagram story and do a blast. Hey, do you guys know of any photographers for an album cover? Right? Because people want to work with other people that they know and like and trust. So go out and make friends. If you want to get into sync, go to some sync events. If you want to get into songwriting, go to some songwriting camps. I want to work with music tech companies. So every year I always invest in going to the NAMM show so I can meet other music tech companies. The third way I'm going to talk about is paid ads. I really only recommend paid ads for products. A good rule of thumb is if you're spending $1, you should be making $4 in return. You have to learn how to make good videos and good copy in order for the ads to work. I personally haven't run any ads on any of my products. Not to say I never will, I just haven't done that yet. And I really do not recommend you boost posts in order for views, because I truly and honestly believe that fans need to be earned. They cannot be bought. This is an example of an ad I did for Output. This ad was built strictly to push their product. And the last marketing tip I'm going to give you, which is my personal favorite, which is how I've gotten 100% of all of my work and which has changed my life astronomically, is social media. Why do I love social media so much? Because you don't have to chase, you can attract. If you put out the right kind of bait for the right fishes, all of the fishes will come to you. All of my work comes to me. This is also the best way because it's totally free. The only thing you have to invest is your time. If you have a phone or a camera and the internet, you have everything you need to get started. I'm a big nerd about social media. I could talk about social media all day. If you're interested, I did make a social media course, which I'll link in the caption, and I'll even put in a special discount for you. So check it out below. Here are some examples of my social media channels. And I'm going to give you one last bonus marketing tip. Build an email list and start today. An email list is so important because these are contacts you own. If you're doing well on TikTok, you think your followers are yours? No, they're TikTok followers. And if for some reason TikTok disappears because of the US government, then all of those contacts disappear and all of that work is gone. Now let's talk about sales. What is sales? This is my definition. Sales is how a fan or client can support you. When I finally decided I wanted to monetize my channels, I was trying to come up with different products I could sell. So I decided to sell a MIDI chord pack, which is just basically block chords. And I was selling it for $5. And the strangest thing happened. All of these incredible piano players were buying this MIDI chord pack. So I would reach out to them and I asked them, why are you buying this MIDI chord pack? You don't need this. And they said, oh yeah, I'm not going to use it. I just wanted to support you. So that's when I really learned that your fans want to support you if you give them an opportunity. With that being said, what kind of products can you make that your fans or clients need or want? Get creative. Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't try it. For example, let's say you are a really artsy jazz artist, right? And you have a lot of really artsy jazz fans. Imagine if you sold a recipe book where your fans would make a certain meal that should be eaten at the same time they are listening to one of the songs off your album. So you can pair, track number 3 with a penne alla vodka. I don't know, get creative, and you can talk about the science of taste and sound. Yes, it's weird, yes, it's strange, but maybe your fans would like it. What if you're an indie pop artist and you have a really cool indie fan base that subscribes to a monthly letter that you mail to them, and inside that letter is a one-of-a-kind Polaroid that you take and a personal note? That could be kind of cool. So all you gotta do is get creative. Or you can solve a problem. For instance, I knew my audience was struggling with productivity. They were always interested in how are you staying on task? How are you being so productive? So I built a planner, which you can see here, and I sell it. And it's just something I built in Canva and how I use time blocking and lists to stay on track. A lot of them were asking for one place where they could see all of my Logic Pro tips. I created a crash course, which includes an ebook and video guides of over 375 Logic Pro tips. All of my products will be linked below if you are interested in those. Services. What can you offer your fans and clients? Obviously, there's the most obvious ones. If you are a singer, you can offer singing services. If you're a mixing and mastering engineer, you can offer mixing and mastering. But you can also get creative with this. Think outside of the box. Let's say you're a singer-songwriter and you have a lot of fans that are expecting their first child. Maybe you can sell them 18 custom songs that are meant to be given to their child on their birthday every year for 18 years. And you can charge them a flat rate that they can get right when their child is born. Maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't, but you'll never know until you try it. So now let's talk about negotiation. Negotiation is a big part of sales. If you want to be good at negotiating, you have to find the pain point and then you have to offer a solution. Once you offer a solution, you have to create urgency to get them to buy now. The way you're going to be able to do this is by asking a lot of questions and listening. And the last thing that I want to tell you in sales is saying no. No is the most powerful word in the music industry. I don't know about you, but sometimes I have a lot of anxiety about saying no. Why? Because I was broke before and I fear that I will be broke again. So if somebody offers me a job, it's deep rooted in me to say yes. But I can't say yes to everything or I'll just be working 24/7. So something that I started doing was saying no to the budget instead of no to the gig. So let's say someone reaches out to me, "Hey Sabrina, can you sing a gig tonight? It's $100 for 4 hours." And I say, "No, I'm only doing gigs now for $1,000 for 4 hours." Most likely they're gonna say, "No, that's not in our budget." And then maybe they'll reach out to you if they ever do get a $1,000 gig or not. But in the off chance that they're like, "Okay, we'll meet you at that budget," then you're getting paid 10 times more than you originally would have. Or you can just get comfortable saying no, which is something that I've been doing more and more of, and I will tell you it's super empowering. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. So how do you build the strategy? This is what I call the dream to reality plan that you have to build. Every plan is going to look different based on your goals. Here are the 5 questions you need to ask yourself. Number 1, what do you want to do? This is the most important step, as many musicians want to do way too many things. Think of it like steps. You're going to get to one step first, then you're going to add another step, then you're going to add another step. But you really have to do the soul searching to decide where do you want to go in that first step. People always ask me, "Sabrina, do you miss singing gigs?" And my answer is always no, because I did the soul searching. I decided I don't want to be running around to gigs. I don't care about singing to an audience in heels and makeup. I really just want to create. I love making music and the creation part is my favorite part and I just want to get paid to do that. So working with music tech companies is perfect because I get to create videos of products that I'm interested in using music that I love and I get to work from home and I get paid very well. What is your mission statement? This is your selfless commitment to your fans and or clients. This goes beyond making money. Create a mission statement. This will be your why. This will keep you going when things get hard. Who are the people that support your goal? Where are they hanging out? Immerse yourself in those communities. What platforms are they on? What kind of content would they like to see? Where do they shop? What do they wear? What kind of music do they listen to? What kind of concerts are they going to? A Kanye West fan is going to look a lot different than a Boy Genius fan. Once you get to know your audience, you could figure out how you are going to reach them. This This is the marketing side. Are you going to do outreach? Are you going to do networking? Are you going to do paid ads? Are you going to do social media? And the last question, how are they going to support you? This is the sales portion. What products are you going to offer them? What services are you going to offer them? How are you going to negotiate your rates? And what things are you going to say no to? Here are 3 examples. These are my answers. Here's an artist's answers, and here's a producer answers. Pause to read. The last thing I want to leave you with is that success is 90% a mindset mastery. You need to have confidence, unwavering determination, and absolute belief in success through hard work and perseverance. If I can do this, guys, you can do this. If you want to download this workbook with those 5 questions for you to answer, you can try this QR code. I hope this lasts forever. I'm not sure if it does, so if this doesn't work, you can click the link in the caption. All of my products and this free product will be down there. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.